In the quiet seaside town of Windermere Bay, the mornings always smelled of salt and sunshine. The sea sang its endless tune, and the seagulls danced over the waves as though they owned the sky. Among the narrow cobblestone streets lived a boy named Leo Hartman. 16 years old, curious eyes, paint-stained fingers, Leo was known all around town as the boy with colors in his hands. His paintings could turn an empty canvas into a story, the shimmer of water, the light in a fisherman's eye, the laughter of children playing on the beach. His teachers said he had a gift. His parents proudly showed his drawings to anyone who visited. And Leo believed it too. He was talented, gifted, and he knew it. Ever since he was a child, he dreamed of becoming a famous painter, one whose work would hang in galleries across the world. He wanted to win the National Art Exhibition, the biggest competition in the country for young artists. He could already picture it, him on stage, lights flashing, people applauding. He thought about it often, but he rarely acted on it. Because Leo had one big weakness, he couldn't stay focused. Whenever he sat down to paint, his mind would start to drift. One moment he'd pick up his brush, the next he'd grab his phone. He would scroll, watch a few videos, check messages, then think, I'll paint later. But later kept moving further and further away. He'd tell himself, I'm a natural. I don't need practice like everyone else. And so, day after day, his sketchbook gathered dust. One morning, posters appeared all over town, regional art contest, winner advances to nationals. Leo's heart jumped. This is it, he thought. I'll enter, win easily, and go to nationals. For weeks, his classmates practiced every evening, staying late after school. Leo? He spent his time on social media, watching others paint instead of painting himself. When his mother asked, Leo, aren't you going to start your contest piece? He smiled lazily. Don't worry, Mom. I work best under pressure. Days turned into weeks, and before he knew it, only 3 days were left before submission. That night, panic hit him like a wave. He rushed to his easel, mixing colors in a frenzy. The painting he made, a sunset over the bay, looked dull, lifeless, incomplete. No matter how much he brushed and blended, the magic wouldn't come back. At the contest, Leo saw the others' paintings, so detailed, so powerful, filled with emotion. His stomach sank. When the results were announced, he didn't even make the top 10. He laughed it off with friends, pretending it didn't matter. But when he got home, he closed his door, sat by the window, and stared at his painting. For the first time, it felt like his colors had abandoned him. He realized something painful: talent alone wasn't enough. He had wasted it. For days, Leo avoided his paints. He walked along the beach aimlessly, listening to the waves crash and fade. One evening, he wandered near the old docks where fishermen mended their nets. There, sitting on a wooden crate, was Mr. Rowan, a retired fisherman who now taught calligraphy and philosophy to children. His beard was white like sea foam, and his eyes were calm, like the tide before dawn. He noticed Leo staring at the horizon and said softly, "Beautiful, isn't it? The sea, always moving, yet always the same." Leo nodded, half-heartedly. Mr. Rowan looked at the sketchbook in Leo's hand. "You paint?" "Used to," Leo muttered. Rowan smiled. "Used to? Let me see." Leo hesitated but handed over the sketchbook. Rowan flipped through it slowly, page after page of half-finished paintings. After a moment, he said, "You have skill, boy. But your strokes are restless. You don't finish what you start." Leo frowned. "I guess I lost focus." Rowan chuckled. "The mind is like the sea. It looks calm from above, but underneath, chaos. Unless you learn to steady it, it'll pull you wherever it wants. Leo looked at him curiously. And how do you steady it? Rowan tapped his chest. Discipline. That's the anchor. The next morning, Leo returned to the docks. He didn't know why, maybe something about the old man's words lingered. Rowan was already there, writing calligraphy on rice paper. You came back, he said. Leo shrugged. You said I need discipline. Can you teach me? Rowan smiled. Not through talk. Through practice. Let's begin. He handed Leo a small brush and a blank sheet. Draw a single straight line. Perfectly steady. Leo did, but the line wobbled. Again, Rowan said. Leo tried 10 more times. Each one trembled. Frustrated, he sighed. What's the point of this? Rowan replied, this line is your mind. It shakes because your focus does. You must train both. He gave Leo a set of 4 daily rules. Number 1, every sunrise, draw one perfect line, no shaking, no rush. Number 2, sit silently for 10 minutes, watching the sea. No phone. No movement. Number 3, keep a small logbook, write how you spend each hour. Number 4, set one small goal daily, and finish it, no matter what. Follow these, Rowan said. You'll learn control. Leo went home confused but curious. He started the next morning, waking up before dawn for the first time in his life. The first few days were painful. His hand trembled, his mind wandered. He forgot his goals, got distracted easily. But every time he failed, Rowan would just nod and say, fail again tomorrow, but fail with focus. A week passed. 2. Leo began to notice small changes. When he sat to draw his morning line, his breathing slowed. His hand grew steadier. The silence by the sea started to feel peaceful. He began painting again, not for contests or praise, but just to see what would happen if he painted without rushing. One day, he told Rowan, I'm getting better, but sometimes I lose motivation. Rowan smiled. Motivation is like the wind. It changes direction. Discipline is your sail. It keeps you moving even when the wind dies. Leo laughed softly. So I just keep going? Exactly, Rowan said. One steady line at a time. But the hardest test came soon. One night, Leo's friends invited him to hang out. Come on, Leo. There's a new movie and we're ordering pizza. He looked at the clock, it was nearly midnight. He remembered his sunrise ritual. Just tonight, he thought. I'll wake up early anyway. He didn't. He slept through the sunrise. When he woke up late, guilt stabbed him. His wall calendar, where he ticked off each day of progress, had a blank space. That evening, he went to the docks, ashamed. Rowan looked at him knowingly. You broke your streak? Leo nodded. Yeah, I feel like I failed. Rowan placed a hand on his shoulder. One broken day doesn't erase your progress. But remember this, every time you break your promise to yourself, you dull your edge. Stay sharp, Leo. Those words hit deep. From that day, he guarded his habits like treasure. He began keeping a discipline tracker, a board on his wall filled with small boxes. Each time he completed his daily tasks, he'd mark them in green. The board began to fill, one green square after another. Weeks turned into months. Leo's focus grew stronger. He no longer needed to force himself to paint, it became part of him. His brush strokes were smoother, his ideas clearer. He stopped comparing himself to others online. His phone stayed in another room during study hours. He even noticed changes outside of art, he listened better in class, helped his parents more, and slept peacefully at night. One evening, he showed Rowan his latest painting, a vast ocean with sunlight breaking through storm clouds. Rowan studied it quietly. Then he said, "Your brush finally listens to you." Leo smiled. "You mean my hand?" "No," Rowan said. "Your mind." As spring arrived, the National Art Exhibition announced new entries. Leo's teacher encouraged him to apply again. He hesitated. "What if I fail again?" The teacher replied, "Failure only matters if you didn't learn." So, Leo entered, but this time, with a different spirit. He painted every morning, consistently, sometimes for hours, sometimes just for a few minutes, but never missing a day. His painting, titled Waves of Time, depicted a calm sea with a single boat anchored near the horizon, a tribute to his teacher, Mr. Rowan. When he submitted it, he felt no fear, only peace. Weeks later, the results were announced. Leo stood in a grand hall filled with artists, critics, and cameras. Paintings lined the walls, beauty everywhere. When they announced the winner, he almost didn't hear his name at first. First prize, Leo Hartman, Waves of Time. The crowd clapped, the lights flashed, and for a moment, time stood still. Leo walked onto the stage, trembling, not from fear, but from gratitude. He looked at the crowd and said, "I used to believe talent was enough. But talent fades when the mind wanders. Discipline brought my colors back. I learned that success isn't about doing everything once perfectly, it's about showing up every day, even when no one's watching." In the audience, Mr. Rowan stood quietly, a proud smile beneath his beard. After the exhibition, Leo didn't stop. He continued his rituals, the sunrise line, the silence by the sea, the logbook, the daily goals. He no longer chased success. He built it, one small act at a time. Every morning, he painted as the sun rose over Windermere Bay. Children sometimes came to watch him. They'd ask, "How do you make it look so easy?" He would smile and say, "The sea taught me something, waves crash, winds change, but the anchor stays firm. That anchor is discipline. Without it, even the best ship is lost." And when he finished speaking, he'd dip his brush into the paint, calm, focused, steady. Because he knew now that discipline isn't a cage, it's freedom. Freedom from chaos. Freedom to create. Freedom to reach your dreams, one brushstroke at a time. If Leo's story inspired you, remember this. You don't need more talent. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need the discipline to begin, and the consistency to keep going. So be patient. Be thankful. And keep moving forward, one steady line at a time.